We'll first do a recap of previous two sessions, right? The first two sessions, and whatever doubts or whatever concepts you want me to explain again, happy to do that. We do that, and then we keep on building onto visualizations. We try multiple visualizations, and we slowly go on ahead to build a dashboard. Okay, yeah. So that's what we'll do. If you have a group amongst your learners, please message over there for others to join in. Yeah. Okay. So we'll just wait for a couple of minutes and we'll begin. Okay. Cool, folks. Let's begin. I'll quickly share my screen. I hope my screen is visible. Can someone give a quick confirmation?
Yes, please.
Okay. Meanwhile, I'll also allow you folks to present in case someone wants to. So, folks, what we did from the first session, right? What all we understood, how to look at data, who's your audience, who's going to look at it, right? First, we understand that before beginning anything. Then we basically understood how to load data onto Tableau. We basically loaded orders table, restaurants, and users table. We understood how to do a join, how to form a relationship. We understood the difference between them. We understood that the common key has to be of the same data type, right? Then we understood sorting, sorting manually, sorting by field, sorting alphabetically, so on. We understood filtering, right? General filters, single value, multiple value filters, conditional filters, right? If sales greater than 1,000, 10,000, you filter that. We understood wildcard filters, right? Wildcard match, you just search for the city, you get it. Okay. And then we did top N filter, right? Top 5, top 6, top 7. We also ensured that we know that top N filter is a static filter. To ensure some other filter applied impacts top N, we need to add that other filter to context, right? So we understood that. We understood what are dimensions, measures, etc. We did calculated fields, right? Rounding, ceiling, formatting, single decimal, double decimal, percentage value, representing something in millions or thousands, etc. We understood that. We also, while doing calculated fields, we also cleaned city field, which had overall city. We split it and we took the last token. Yes, so we understood the split function over there. And what else did we do? We tried to build a graph. We'll go to the major graph. We did table calculations. Right, we did table calculations. We understood that absolute values, if you want to represent it as difference of certain values. Yes. Sorry, someone was speaking. Is it Anudev?
No,
any
sir.
question? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we understood that if the values, if we want to measure, if we want to look at them separately instead of absolute values, do you want to look at them as percentage of total or difference from first value, difference from previous value, so on and so forth, right? We use table calculation. We can also do ranking in table calculation. So we did this exercise of getting top 4, top 5, top 6 ranks of customers in each of the cities, right? So we did table calculation and put that in filter. Okay. So we did that. We understood that your role here in this analysis is to be of that as a analyst, a revenue analyst, sales analyst, who's looking at the trend and who has to go to the CEO leadership and explain why sales are down and what are your recommendations to get that back up. Yeah. So first we expressed sales at a monthly level. Then we did table calculation and said that, hey, express those values as percentage difference with respect to first value. Okay. And then we basically went to the show me button and did a line graph. Okay. Here on the graph, you have color, label, size, details, etc. Right? So we put average rating in color and made it red to green. Okay, low rating red, high rating green. Yeah. We also put the table calculation in the form of percentage difference with respect to the first value. Okay. So what we see here after doing this is we saw that sales is decreasing, right, from October 2017, and now it has reached to minus 34%. Okay. We saw this first. Okay. Parallelly, we also explored a few visualizations like bar chart. Okay. We saw what is the best way to represent cuisine, right? Cuisine wide sales. Now, cuisine was also not clean over here. So we took only the first part and called it as primary cuisine. Okay. We put the color basis rating. Okay. We saw bar chart and we saw tree map for the same thing, right? And we decided tree map is better because I know how many, till what level should I go and analyze. Okay. In the bar chart, it's difficult. Okay. To what level should I go and analyze? In a tree map, it's easy. I know that this constitutes nearly half of it. And so analyze it accordingly. Yeah. We saw tree map, we saw sales trend, and then we said that, hey, sales is down. Why could it be down? Let's see how the transacting users are moving, right? Because we saw the pillars for sales were the platform, the users, the restaurants, the delivery partners. Here we have the data of restaurants and users. Okay, when we saw user trend similar to sales trend, we saw again this was also dipping by 35%. Okay, and then the question was, okay, let's go ahead and see if there is a particular cohort of users who are dipping. Okay, so we went to user cohort, right, and we tried all the different attributes of users. Okay, how did we create this? We just first created a table of, okay, education qualification level wise, you give me users at a quarter level. Okay, then we got absolute values. We did calculate percent users as a percentage of total. Okay, as a percentage of total, compute using table down because this whole thing has to sum up to 100, right? We did that and we created a stack bar. Okay, in the stack bar, the colors is basis educational qualification. You can change this. So we check for all the distribution was similar, which goes on to say that there's no particular attribute of users because of whom the sales are dropping. Okay, it is almost all the different kind of users because of which the overall sales is dropping. Yeah, or here it's basically users are dropping. Okay, what we also did was we put clean city also here. Okay, when we saw that the distribution was not unique. It was changing a little bit. So we see that here Bangalore was 7, 8, 8, 9%. It has gone up to 15%. That means the city-wise distribution has changed. Just need to know that. So we broadly know there's a city-wise issue. Okay. Now we saw that. And then we said, okay, let us see outlet trend. Okay. We saw outlet trend and we also saw user trend with it. Okay. And we created dual lines. We ensured that left and right axis are of same scale. How do? You go and say synchronize axis. Okay, so we did that and we see that the users and outlets trend is exactly the same. Okay, so we had two hypotheses: outlets are shutting down and users are not coming, or users are not coming and hence outlets are shutting down. Okay, we discarded the second hypothesis because if users stop coming, outlets would not immediately shut down. It will take some time, right? So the graph would have not been hand in hand, would have just been delayed, maybe same pattern, but would have been a delayed line. Okay, and hence we go on to say that users are dropping because outlets are shutting down. Okay, this is the point till which we discussed in the last session. I just wanted to take a few minutes and quickly walk you through this so that you folks are refreshed. Okay, now, okay, we have sufficient time. Do not worry, we have sufficient time. I want to know if any of you want me to cover any part again or any concept again, etc. You can just say this part entirely, or you can say this part from this particular level, or I didn't understand X or Y or Z. Over to you folks.
Hi, Varun. Can you please repeat the ranking part, like how we rank the values? No, the city-wise top user ranking.
City-wise top user ranking. 1 second. This one, correct?
Yeah, that's.
Yes, I'll do that and showcase again. Okay. Anyone else? Any other topic you please put on chat, right? While I explain this, so that I can directly jump onto that when we discuss it. Okay. What we did was, because this was a huge data run, what we did was we ensured that we are only filtering top 10 cities. Okay. So we only have top 10 cities. And what I did is top 10 cities here. What I did is I put username beside each. Okay. So I'll get all the users. Okay. And then I put the sales amount beside it. Okay, this is the sales amount. What I do is I can do table calculation. Either I can go and do a quick table calculation or do a add table calculation. Let's say I do a add table calculation. Okay, I just clicked it. The pop-up appears. Okay, calculation type. What am I calculating? Difference? No, I'm calculating rank. Okay, descending competition is fine. You say there are two options here. Okay, because there is no horizontally multiple data, so there's no across. There's only down. One is table down. One is pane down. Okay, what is the difference between table down and pane down? If I do table down ranking, it will rank all the users at a pan India level. Okay. Yes, pan India level, this person is number 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, so on. Okay, so instead of table down, I do pane down. Pane down will give me, because the next higher level is city, right? So pane down will give me city level rank. Okay. So I get the city level rank. Okay. Now, because I don't want all the ranks, I only want 5. What I do is this ranking that I've created, I'll click on the drop down and say show filter. I'll use it as a filter. Okay, 1 to 12,000 ranks are there. No, I'll say I don't want so many. Just give me top 4 ranks. When I filter top 4, each of these cities will have top 4. Just sort it, and you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 of each city.
Yeah, got it. I was confused in table down and pane down part.
Okay.
Thank you.
No worries. Anyone else, folks? Sure, no one else? Pakka? Okay. Let us go a bit more into the visualization part. Okay. Now, can someone tell me clean city here? Okay. Is the data type correct? No, right? We had discussed. I think in case ours we discussed something was not right. Yeah. So here you go and say county, for example. Okay. Now, the good thing about Tableau is if you drop something into rows and columns, it does as table. But if you directly drop into the sheet here, it will give a recommended visualization. Okay. It is giving me map points on an Indian map. Okay. It is giving me map points on the Indian map. And in this map, it says 236 unknown. Okay. So the way this is doing is this has some database in the background. Okay. It is going and matching. Okay. Here it says this is not matching. This is not matching. Right. So what do? Ideally, if you have a lat and long, you directly put that. Okay. Yes. So on and so forth. Okay. Is it clear? For example, let us see Delhi, right? Delhi is not there here. You try to search. You can also do a search instead of putting lat long, right? If it appears, great. Otherwise, put lat long. New Delhi. Enter. So New Delhi would have also been covered. So you have 235 unknown locations. Okay. Now, how do you represent this? Okay. These clean cities now a part of detail. Okay. If you want, you can also put that in label. So labels will appear. But anyways, we'll ignore that. Just right click on this. Go to background layers. Okay. Here you have the option to style it. Light, normal, dark, streets, etc. So you can choose all these different variables. You can see what is the washout level you want. Like you don't want too much of background, you can keep washing it out like this. Okay. And there are certain layers which are there. If you want, you can basically add cities if you want. If you remove, city names are gone. Okay. State names, state province borders, etc. If you remove, those are gone. So in this way, you can go ahead and select, deselect whatever is required. Okay. Yes. Now we'll understand the importance of size here. Okay. Now I don't want all to be of the same this thing. Too many dots, right? Very difficult to understand. Let me put sales amount in size. What happens is the size of the dots changes. Okay. You can further click on size and increase, decrease, etc. Okay. Yes. Now I'll take a pause here. Would you need? I think you would probably need 1 or 2 minutes to quickly create this and do this by yourselves. Yeah. Maybe 3 to 4 minutes.
Hi, Varun.
Yes, Rishabh.
Actually, I wanted to know which data type did you use in Clean City?
County.
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 Okay, thank you.
In our, I think in our case R, we had state, if I'm not wrong. So there you can use state, whatever is suitable. Yeah, yeah. But folks, you are see, I simply don't want to waste time as well. While we have sufficient time, if you folks are trying, then I'll wait for 3-4 minutes. Ideally, you should do alongside me. Okay. Anyone finding difficulty or wants to showcase their screen, more than happy to resolve your queries along that as well. Anyone wants to showcase your screen?
I have completed the task. Can I share the screen?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Is it visible?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's how the chart
Okay.
is.
Fine. Yeah, this is right. Yeah, this is right.
Yeah, can we filter out cities where the the specific sum amount is greater than that amount?
Yes, yes, you can do filter, no?
Yeah, so I have to go.
Clean city, clean city, clean city.
Okay.
You're filtering cities, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you have to go to kind of filter.
Yeah.
Edit filter. Condition.
Condition and field. Sales amount. Sum. And if I want it to be greater than average of all India, then
if you want it to be greater than average of all India, you'll have to put it by a formula that is there below. You'll have to put a specific formula.
So here average sales amount.
Yeah, that you can try. Okay.
Yeah.
That you can try beside, alongside, and let me know later if you figure out any what do you say, any issues over there. Okay. So you can filter out cities this way. Okay. But for this particular case, let's keep it as it is. I'll tell you the reason why. Okay. I'll tell you the reason why while I'm explaining. There are few functionalities which we are going to use. Hence ideally do want to remove the cities. Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, this is correct. Anyone else? Anyone who's facing difficulty? Anyone who's while placing it on the sheet not getting the map? Anyone? Anyone who has any doubt, any part of this wants me to repeat again? No? Okay. I'll go back to presenting. So we did this, right? So this is what we did. What we'll do is we'll put ratings in color. Okay. We had done approx rating, right? In color, and what we'll do is we'll do a red to green. Okay. Now in maps, the another thing that you have is here, right? You can go and search. For example, Karnataka, India. When you search that, it'll zoom and go to that particular location. Okay. Zoom and go to that particular location. Yes. Rajasthan. Yeah. So you can do that. You can also filter cities, but cities would have been good if you had local level areas. Okay. So you can go and filter like this. Yeah. Just say unpin and it will go back. And there are a lot of things over here, but I'll explain a few of them. You can zoom in, you can click on this and just zoom into a particular area. Okay. Yes. Then you have pan, rectangular selection, radial, etc. Lasso selection, I'll tell you. If you want to filter a particular set of areas, right? The reason why I was telling Arun that we'll utilize large, almost all the things is because if I want to see some data with respect to, let's say, South India, right? I can filter those locations accordingly. Everything else will get grayed out. Okay. Something with respect to North India. I think this went off. Yeah. North India, Northeast, right? West, East, so on and so forth. Okay, so we can go ahead and basically separately filter out those areas. Okay, later on, while building the dashboard, we'll understand the comprehensive use of this. Okay, because when your dashboard will consist of multiple charts. Okay, when we filter a particular area, okay, it will ensure that all the data in the chart is filtered by all the data in all other charts. You can ensure is filtered by only the South India, for example, right? Okay, is this clear? Any doubt? Any doubt, folks? You can also do this. For example, can someone tell me without doing, if I put gender in column, what will happen? I'm not at put, but if I put gender in column, what will happen?
I guess it will create two bubbles for each city.
No, it'll create two separate charts.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So we will remember we'll use this in our milestone project discussion. Okay. Yeah. So this is location. Is this clear? Any doubts in locations, folks? Okay. We'll move to next. What we'll see is we will see. Let us say I want to understand. Okay, broad rating range. Okay, if I just put rating over here. Okay, this is rating approx. My bad. I'll put this rating over here. Okay, there is a histogram I can do. Okay, histogram requires one measure. Okay, what will this give me? Histogram. When I do this, it will give me rating bins. Okay, rating bins, and it will also create a field automatically called rating bin here. Okay, yeah, I can go here. I can edit. Okay, a rating bin. Okay, here currently it's 0.293. So roughly at 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, you have the bars. Okay, you can say do it at 0.5 or whatever suits you. Okay, rating bin is here. What are these heights? These are count of ratings. And let's say we don't want count of ratings. We need outlets. Okay, we need outlets. Instead of count of ratings, I'll put outlets and I'll remove count of ratings. Okay, this will give me count of outlets. I can put outlets in the label as well. Okay, so you can do a histogram like this. Okay, can you quickly recreate histogram as well as complete the location maps? And let me know if you have any doubts. Okay.
Varun, can you show this once again? I kind of missed it. Sorry.
Okay, the histogram, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll show it from beginning.
Yeah, that would be great.
So you go to your rating. Okay, so rating, when you put over here, okay, there are only two graphs showing. Why only two are showing? Others are grayed out, but because some of the others require dimensions. Here, it's only a measure. Okay, so you just put a measure. Can you do a graph? Yes. So you click on this. As soon as you click on this, a rating bin is created. Okay, a rating bin is created, and histogram does count of rating. So basically, when you put rating over there, it will say, okay, between this to this rating, there are so many values. Between this to this rating, there are so many values, so on. Right? So between 3 to 3.5, whatever, there are so many values. 3.5 to 4, there are so many values. Okay. What you can do is you can go to rating bin again here. Okay. Go edit and you can change the size of bin. Okay. Maybe let's say you put 0.4. You can go ahead and do it. Or let's say, one moment. Yeah, you put 0.4, you can go ahead and show this. Now, count of rating, whenever you're communicating to someone, count of rating doesn't strike a chord. Okay. All you have to do is count of outlets. Instead of rating, remove rating. Okay. So basically what this is saying is between 3.2 to 3.6, there are 7,400 outlets. Okay. Between this to this, there are so many outlets. Yeah. That is exactly what this is communicating. You can put outlets in the label as well. Is it clear now, Darshan? Or any small part which is still a doubt?
No, it is.
Others quickly recreate this. Anyone wants to showcase this screen? More than happy to look at it. Any doubt, anyone? Folks, I'm just checking, okay? While I'm doing these graphs, I'm giving a couple of minutes, 3-4 minutes for you also to try it, okay? I do not know whether this is benefiting you or not, okay? If it is not benefiting you, then I might as well move ahead, right? But if it is benefiting you and if you're trying, then we'll keep on continuing this, right? So maybe you can just put something on the chat or say, or just give a thumbs up if it is benefiting you. Should I take a pause like this after covering? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5. Yes. Okay. Then I'll do that. Okay. Yes. Because at the 7, 8. Okay, fine. We have sufficient number of folks who want me to take a pause. More than happy to do so. And if you have, how did we create bins? Karo is asking. Okay. I'll repeat. Gaurav, we don't create bins separately. Okay. It automatically gets created whenever we are putting something on the histogram. Okay. I'll do a separate one and showcase. Okay. So that you have experience in two different things. Instead of rating, I'll put age. Okay. I'll put age. Okay. Is there an age bin over here? Do you see age bin over here? No, right? As soon as I go and create a histogram, there's an age bin created over here. Okay. So I go to this, I edit, and I say have every 2 years. Okay. And instead of counting age, I will say count users. I'll remove age here. I'll put users in the label. Okay. So when you create a histogram, the bin gets created. Is it clear, Gaurav? Yeah. Anyone else? Any doubts? Oh no.
Hi, Varun.
Here. Yeah.
Is the bin size the minimum value of a bin or the width of the bin?
Width of the bin.
Okay, so if I want to if I want the rating from 1 onwards, my bin should be from 1 to 2, 2 to 3. Then how can
you
I?
Can go here. Okay.
Yeah.
You can go here below. There's an option to edit access. Okay. Click on that. Okay. Just take a moment. I'll explain. This is automatic. You have uniform access, independent, custom. You go to custom and you say, I want rating from 1. Okay. It'll start from 1. If you say, I want rating from 2, it'll start from 2. Does this answer your question? Was this your question?
Yeah. And it also leaves out the values which have rating less than 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. There's another question from Archana. Can we use separate colors for a particular bin to showcase differently? You can. We calculated AUV, right? If you remember, average user value. I'll just edit this and showcase this. What we did was sum of sales amount divided by count distinct user ID. So we are seeing what is the average user value per user. Okay. So maybe in this user graph, you can see what is the average user value for each of the age cohorts, right? And you can put that in color. Okay. And go to edit colors. Okay. So average user value for the first group is 10,400, goes 12,500, 12,400, 12,500. From 26 to 28, it's 12,800 and dips for a particular range and then goes back up. Okay. Yeah. Because on the rating, right, if I could put color basis rating, it doesn't make sense. It will go from red to green because the x-axis is based on rating. Okay. Yeah. So basically, it depends on the use case you're driving. Yeah. So you need to select color accordingly over there. Okay. Anything else? Let's go to a few more visualizations. Maybe marital status. Okay, marital status. Maybe you can put in color and go and do a pie. Okay. So you can do a pie chart like this. Go entire view. So you know single is how much, married is how much. Prefer not to say what is the distribution of users. If you want percentage, you can simply say percent of total. Okay. And you can put marital status in the label as well. You can do users, go to format, percentage, no decimal points. Okay, so you can create a pie like this. Yeah, pie for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 values, it's fine. More than double digit values, it's probably not a good visualization. You can use a tree map instead. Is it clear? Okay. Great. Any doubts, folks, till now? So you can see here, as I said, you can go to show me button and you can see. Okay. We'll do a combined chart. Users, I'll put here. Order date, I'll put here. And let's say I do month level. And I use average rating stuff. Can use a dual combination chart like this. Okay, here if you go and see, I'll make this as a bar and I'll make this as a line. Okay, later on I can change the way we look at it. Okay, what I can do is rating edit access, because everything would be around 4 only, right? Do we include 0? I say don't include 0. Okay, this is the broad range that I would be getting. Okay, so different graphs to look at. So this is one kind. You can also, basically a line graph, you can do it into area charts also. Okay, that is one. What else can I showcase? Yeah, broadly this will go on to creating a KPI dashboard. Okay, KPI sheet. Okay, what are the key KPIs for you here? Okay, one is the sales amount, then is the sales quantity. You can have AUV, and yeah, maybe this for, maybe we'll have a single KPI sheet for all together. Okay, so let's put users, outlets, median age, median family size. Okay, go here and click on the table. Okay, so when you do that, it will put separately measure names, measure values. Measure names, you put it in rows, put it in columns. Okay, just go and do an entire view. Yeah, this basically what you do is you can go and change the format also separately, right? And you can change the orders also, right? So first thing you need is your sales amount. Okay, then you need sales quantity, users, and user metrics, later followed by outlets. Okay, yeah, you might wish to go here and change the format of sales amount and say, hey, make it custom, make it into millions, right? So you can go and do that. Sales quantity, again, go custom, make it into millions, so on and so forth. So you can do that particular formatting. Okay, so this becomes your KPI sheet. Is it clear till now? We'll go ahead and create a basic dashboard and then slowly we'll build on top of it. Okay,
Can
Yes.
you repeat from the step where we inserted major names?
sorry, where
Can
we
you
insert-
before we inserted major names, can you start from there again?
yes, I'll do a Control Z. Okay,
Yeah.
then I'll showcase. Is it from here? So we put all of this
Yeah.
here, right? Now we just have to go to show me button. Okay, and just press table over there. So when you do that, you get
Okay, I've got it.
Automatically measure names comes into rows. Okay. Yes, Gaurav is asking his outlets are calculated field. Yes, Gaurav. It is a calculated field and it is nothing but count distinct of restaurant ID. And so we created KPI sheet. Okay. Now we'll go and start building the dashboard. Okay. Yes. So here was your sheet. Here is your dashboard. Okay. Now on a dashboard, probably I'll give you a couple of minutes to complete KPI sheet and for any other doubts that you have to discuss, and then we'll go to dashboard. Rishabh is asking, can you show the formula for calculated field of AUV? So I'll show for all. Outlets, it is count distinct RID. Users, it's count distinct user ID. For this also I'll show. AUV, we did ceiling and we calculated average for approximating. For AUV, it is nothing but sum of total sales divided by count distinct users. Yeah. We'll move to dashboard. So when you open dashboard tab, this is how it showcases. Okay. So what all is there here? Left hand side, you have dashboard, you have layout, etc. We'll go to the layout. First, we'll go to dashboard. Okay. Default, phone view, so on and so forth. Let's say default. Okay. You can go and change the size. The size is only so much. You can go and change the size. You can just say go automatic, goes full size. Here is where your sheets are. Okay. Here is where if you have some object, etc. to be put, you can put text box, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, there is an option here called tiled or floating, and then there is dash show dashboard title. Okay. Let's put a dashboard title to this. Let's call this as sales dashboard. Okay. Now, the formatting can be done. Okay. Your font size, bold. Let's say we do bold. Let's say we change the color to blue. Let's say we do center alignment like this. You apply and it shows this way. Okay. Layout is you go here and you say give, let's say, orangish sort of border. You can give border. You can fix. Okay. This is what the layout does. Yeah. Now the difference between tiled and floating is that when let's say when I try to put a sheet like this, okay, if I put tiled, it'll automatically go like this. If I put sales, it'll automatically try to do it. Okay. But let's say I do floating. Okay. Floating, if I do, I can go and paste it anywhere here. Gives a lot of flexibility. Okay. So what are we going to do? We'll build a basic dashboard first. Okay. Let us say where's the KPI sheet? So we'll put KPI first. Okay. Over here. Let's say we put KPI over here, and then let's say we put sales trend over here. You can enlarge the size like this. Okay. And you can put location maps over here. And what else? Okay, for now we'll put only so much. We'll probably add a filter. Okay, if you want to go to any sheet back, right, you can just click here, go to the sheet. Okay, you can say here, show filter, date filter. And let's say you also apply clean city filter to this. Say show filter. Yes, wildcard match. What you can do is if you want the filters of the sheet, you go here and say filters. Okay, order date. You get it here. Order date over here. And what else is there? You have what else did we have? Clean city. Wildcard. No, this is sorry. Okay, we'll correct this later. Yes. So what you do, for example, you can just do a bit of layout, etc. So in borders, you select this background, right? You can go and select some different color like this. Okay. And let's say you can change the APIs. You can just mention this. Okay. So you have this. What else should we include? Some other visualization. Yes, maybe we include tree map. See, tree map, you might think, oh, this is such a small place here. Where do I put, etc. So the good thing about tree map is that you can move it in any way. Okay, like this, I take. Okay, so I make these visualizations. Okay, can you quickly do a quick formatting of this? And can you, in fact, before that, can you try to build this dashboard till the point that I've done till here? Yes, maybe take 4 to 5 minutes. Yeah. Anyone who has any doubts, anyone wants to showcase this screen, more than happy to look at it. At 11:40, we'll again start the discussion. There's a comment. Yes, Archana has a question. Like in Excel, can we connect different data in dashboard and Tableau and see particular charts change according to the basis of data we select? Yes, totally, totally. Once you create this, that is the next one of the next few things that we are going to discuss. Done, folks? Anyone has any doubt? Please voice it out.
Can you show me how to add colors, background colors?
Yes. Here?
Yeah.
For example,
KPI
this is
isn't.
yeah. So I'll do for sales trend and show. For example, it's taking sheet name here. Okay. Sales trend. I put center. I do blue color. Okay. This shows only here. Okay. I have to go to layout and I need to put a background color. Okay. So I can put a background color like this and sorry, like this from here and showcase. Okay.
Varun, I have a question. Like, initially, did you add in a container in which we are doing this, or just use the floating?
Floating.
Also?
Just floating.
Floating. And
Floating gives you that flexibility, right?
there is a when you hold in KPI sheet, right?
Mhm.
So right, it was in rows, and like rows were the sales amount and sale quantity, but it is right now showing as a column.
No, when I did KPI sheet here, okay.
Oh, okay.
So
Sorry,
what I
yeah.
did was I put measure names in columns.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no worries, even if you put it over here, you go and change there. You can change it here.
Okay.
Yeah. Tree map also, let us say we do the same thing. Some other colors. Location map again bold. Instead of city as a filter, let's do one thing. Let's put all the top cities here. Okay. So how can we put top cities? Okay. So what we do in that case is we can do a bar chart. I'll put city here, sales amount. Okay. I'll do top to bottom and I'll simply put this as top to bottom. Sales amount, I can simply put it as percentage of total. Go to format, percentage. The color it basis rating we saw wasn't changing much. Top cities, maybe color it by average user value. See, some of these have extremely high values, so you need to ensure that the end is not too much. We saw overall 12,000, 10,000 something. So you can at max go to 30,000. You can see which city is giving higher AV, etc. Put top cities over here. Background color. I'm just putting random colors for now. Maybe use a great version. Okay, let us see. Can we add some other filter? Let me see. Let us say I add a filter of gender. Just it's in KPI sheet only. I add a filter for gender. I go to dashboard. From the KPI sheet, I can go ahead here and let's say filter view gender. Okay. Either you could do single value or multiple value. Let's have multiple value here. Let's use the gray one only. Okay, let us say this is our visualization. Okay, now if I change the dates here, do you see all of these graphs are getting updated? Do you see that when I change the date?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. Why? Because while we were starting out, we ensured that date filters apply to all cities. Now, if I just filter for male, okay, do you see everything filtering for male? Or do you just see only this KPI sheet is changing? Only KPI sheet is changing. So if you have an option to go here and say apply to worksheets. Okay, there are 4 options. Apply to all worksheets using related data source. That means gender, which is there in user table, whatever tables user table is connected to, go and apply everywhere. All using this data source wherever user table is there. You can go to only this worksheet or selected worksheets. Okay. So you can click here and go ahead. First of all, say show all worksheets. So you can say, okay, apply to this, apply to this, apply to this, don't apply to some, apply to some, so etc. You can go ahead and do that. Okay. In that way, it will apply to selected worksheets. Let's say we'll do all using related data source. Now, when I filter out for male, okay, it will show only for male. When I filter out for female, it will show separately for female, all the graphs. Okay. Is this clear? Applying filters, you can do it to the same worksheets or different worksheets or all.
Varun, that regarding related database, and there is one more second option.
Same data source.
Same what same data sources, like when we talk about users table, so whichever sheet is using users,
yes,
then
yes.
that would be applied. In case
Correct.
any sheet is not using users, then that filter would not be applicable to, like it won't
Yes.
affect. Okay.
Yes, yes. Rarely used.
All right.
But okay. Now the next thing which Archana was asking, right? Now what I can go ahead here and do is I can select Delhi here. Okay. Ideally, when I go and select Delhi here, everything should have changed to Delhi, correct? Yes. It is not happening. Okay. Why? Because we can also use this sheet as a filter for rest of the sheets. Okay. How do we do that? We go here and say use as filter. When I click use as filter, now if I go to a Delhi, right? When I click on Delhi, everything else gets filtered to Delhi. Yeah, everything else gets filtered to Delhi. Is it clear? Is this clear?
Yeah. And same can be applicable to tree map.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And the shortcut way of doing this is you just click on the filter here. Okay. Before we click, I'll just show. I'm selecting North Indian. Nothing is changing. Okay. I select this filter. I click on North Indian. Trends and everything will change. Okay. Yeah. Now, when I was saying we'll use a further this thing. So if I just want to see how South India is behaving, I can just do this and everything gets filtered to South India. South India top cities, Bangalore, Pune, Chennai, so on. Right. Let's say I do East and Northeast India. Yes. So I know Raipur, etc. is here. Okay. So I can do this. I can do it at a regional level. Yes. And I can select, for example, multiple cuisines. Let's say I want to select North Indian, Chinese, Indian, biryani, and South Indian. Let's say if I want to select these multiple, I can just use control and keep on selecting and it will showcase me values for those. What else can I do? Here also I can go and select cities. For example, this also I have to put it as filter. Okay, use as filter. For example, let's say I select Delhi. Delhi is how much? 24% degrowth. Still degrowth is there. Okay. Bangalore, what is the degrowth? Is there a degrowth?
No, we have raised to 92%.
Right. So while you are going to present to CEO and the leadership, are you going to focus too much on Bangalore? Not at all, right? Yes. We'll probably use that as an example to say that, okay, we have to do the best practices, but you're not going to use that much. Okay. Yes. Now, the thing is, you can go ahead and select top cities, right? You know that the growth and degrowth is not same at a city level, right? Some cities are growing, some cities are degrowing. So your whole analysis and your whole presentation, you can go city by city. Okay, so you can go city by city. Okay, Delhi, this is how it is doing. Bangalore, this is how it is doing. You don't need to cover all the cities. Okay, cover top 10 cities. That should be largely enough. Okay, So you cover those cities, you tell city by city what is going well, what is going wrong, what has to be corrected. Yeah. All those things is something that you can see. Okay. Is this dashboard clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now let us say maybe you build your second dashboard. Okay. You can go ahead and just do a duplicate. You can maybe call this as user dashboard. Ideally, if you had a lot of KPIs, you could have done user KPI, sales KPI, etc. Maybe you can keep this here. Maybe whatever user level graphs you had, right? User visualizations. One moment. Ideally, you should have done user level maps also. But anyways, we know sales and user trend is almost similar. Or you can just do a quick, what do you say? You can go to location maps. You can just do duplicate. You can go and do users. So instead of representing sales amount here, you can represent users. Okay. You can put this one here. There's some error with my system. Why is this? We had a user trend as well, right? Ideally, you should have also had top cities based on users as well. Trend, location, maps. What else is there? Age, histogram you can put here. In the user trend, you could have also added AUV. So let's go there and let's try to add AUV also into label, not label, sorry. Also here. Then just say, can go here and say dual axis. Okay. AUV, you can just, you don't need to measure this. You can just measure AUV in labels. Format. Can maybe use a different font, something of a different color, red, orange, something of that sort. Okay, and yeah, you can also do a synchronize. Will not recommend it. No, this is percentage, right? So you shouldn't do a synchronize. You should just 1 second. There's some issue. Yeah, you should just go edit access, not include 0, so that you can. This is users, right? Okay, I think I put. Okay, I think I misput AUV values for user graph. I'll just do a control Z. Okay, for AUV graph, need to put the AUV in label. Okay, format. Maybe have 1 decimal. Okay, and yeah, users you can edit access and say load 0. There's also edit access. There's a lot of variance, right? So better better instead of month, showcase quarter. While you showcase quarter, you need to ensure that your order dates are also basis quarter. So you need to start with the next quarter, Jan 1st. You need to end on March 31st. Okay. So with this, you can broadly say how the number of users are moving and how AOV is moving. Okay. So you can go here and say that AOV is stable and users are decreasing. Okay. So this is what broadly you can say. Yeah. But in the first one also we put, okay, anyways, we'll do it at a month level. Slightly not easy to read. We will change the font color to something very starkly different. Maybe something yellowish or reddish. We could do this. Yeah. Or we could also ensure that there is, okay, which is fine. Yes, so we could say that user trend is decreasing while AOV is stable. Okay, so that's the point that we want to communicate over here. Okay, what else can we put here? We can put too many things. We can put user cohort. Right, where do we put user cohort? Okay, we'll have to put it here only. We'll maybe reduce this a bit. Okay, so we have this, right? This is our second dashboard. Okay, now coming back to the original story, right? What was our original story? That, okay, sales is dropping, users are dropping, and we also discovered that outlets are also dropping, right? Ideally, your next RCA should be why are outlets dropping? Okay, so what will you do with the information given? What will you check? Any thoughts? Why are outlets dropping? How will you answer this question? Yeah. Anyone? How will you attempt it? It's okay. I don't want the answer. How will you attempt the question?
We can check the sales amount and sales amount for each outlets in a given time period. So
you can check that. You can check that. But the question we are trying to answer is, why are the outlets dropping? Okay, we are not saying why sales is going down. That is the overall question we are trying to answer, but we have now deep dived, right? So now we have to ask, why are the outlets dropping? Yes. Basically, what you'll do, you'll have to check which outlets are dropping, why are they dropping, which cuisine is dropping, correct? You need to go deep into the outlet trend, correct? Yeah. Okay. So we'll create another sheet. Okay, why are outlets dropping? Okay. Okay, what kind of outlets do we have? What all do we have here? Okay, we have primary cuisine level. We have restaurant name level, that is brand level. For example, let's say I take primary cuisine level. Okay. Let's say I take the number of outlets. Okay, this is how the outlets are total. Now, if I just put a order date and find transacting outlets. Okay, instead of year, we go ahead and do a month. Okay, it is showing like this. What we do is just try to create a table. Okay, we could either do a text table or we could do a highlight table. Let's say we do a highlight table. Okay, it gives the color code also. Yes. Now what we can do is we can do top to bottom. Okay. Okay, let us see how North Indian is moving. Sorry. North Indian starting 870, 880 something. It's gone to 542. Okay. Now this color is basis outlets. Ideally, color should not be basis outlets. Color should be basis a table calculation. Let us do. Wherever it is decreasing most, let's put a red color to it. Okay, how do we do? So we'll say, don't put colors in outlets, put colors as a difference in outlets. Okay, difference with respect to table across find will relative to first value. Okay. Yes. What happens? Wherever it has decreased most, it will show dark brown. Smaller outlets will not show much. Okay. Yes. Now this is too lengthy, right? So instead of that, we'll have quarter. So what we can do is, right, all the data let us have with respect to quarter, okay? So that it is much easier to visualize, okay? From Jan 1st to yes, you can also ensure this is fit width. Should we do fit entire? Any quick question? Should we do fit entire? What should we do?
If we do fit entire, then all the rows will also come.
Yes. So always fit entire view is not a good idea. It'll come like this. Not easy to read. Okay, we do a fit width here. Okay, we see how it is dropping. Date filter is anyways applied everywhere. Okay, we just go to sales trend and we do instead of month, everything we express in quarter. Okay, yes, even your user trend. Sorry. Fit, not this quarter, sorry. Yeah. Outlet trend also, we do it at a quarter level. Very other quarter. Yes. Sales dashboard, user dashboard. Okay. We are trying to answer here. Okay. What cuisine is dropping the most? Okay. Cuisine trend. Okay. So in the next session, we look at cuisine trend. We look at outlet trend. Okay. And we will give recommendations. Okay. The skeleton of the recommendations, the way you give recommendations would be, okay, in the city, right? In this particular city, these are the top cuisines which are declining. These are the brands which are declining. Okay. So your recommendation would be one, get these brands back by doing some sort of a commercial deal. Number two, get local players or other platform players or new Instagram players, etc., onto the platform. Number three, ask the players which are doing well to expand their outlets in the city. Four, ask outlets which are doing well at a national level to expand outlets in the city. Yes, this is the broad skeleton of recommendations that you will have to give, right? So if you say Delhi is degrowing, okay, outlet degrowth is so much, okay, this cuisine is causing, okay, and in this cuisine, these are the three brands. So if you give these pinpointed recommended actions, right, you can also measure, okay. Let us say you discuss this in meeting, you decide on the actions with your CEO, etc. Then you say that, okay, we'll do this, you have to do this by next 2 months, right? And 2 months later, when you connect, you know, you have specific actions, right? You can track whether those actions were taken or not taken, right? Whether those brands are being brought back or not. With the local players, have you added? Have you not added, right? So the actions should not be something random, right? And the important thing for you as an analyst is, even though the action is right, you need to ensure that there is a way to measure those actions. Okay. If there is no way to measure the actions, then you will not be able to track, right? Then no use of it. Yeah. Cool, folks. That's all for the third session. I'll just launch a quick poll. Please share your feedback. Any doubts, anything, let me know. I hope you gain through the session with respect to multiple different visualizations, dashboard creation, making the dashboard interactive by using filters or by using certain sheets to act as filters, right? Okay. More so, these sessions are more with respect to ensuring that the functionality of the Tableau sits much well with you along with the business sense, right? Because see, we can't cover everything in the 4th session, okay? But at least functionality, if I'm able to cover, right? Tomorrow, the basics are strong and you can go and practice and maybe learn a few additional things. Definitely, the more time you spend on Tableau, the more you learn, right? But at least the basics will be very clear and it'll be easy for you to build on top of it. As I said, keep practicing, keep making mistakes, and keep learning right now instead of doing it in your interviews or in your job, right? Like, you shouldn't make a mistake in an interview and then learn from it and go for another interview, ideally, right? Better do the learning beforehand itself so that you can crack whatever the first few interviews you have. Okay, folks, that's all from my side. Yeah, we'll